Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Well, the energy, very strange energy. So let's begin with, so it's Tuesday the 9th of April. Today's message says, friends, companions, lovers are those who treat us in terms of our unlimited worth to ourselves. Strange energy, because I'm sensing that perhaps you're not necessarily, perhaps you're picking up that you're not necessarily being treated that way by others. Perhaps you're noticing the things that they say and the certain expression on their face the moment before they say it. You know, those micro expressions that you just cannot hide. Some narcissistic tendencies just cannot be hidden. It's really interesting. I almost told you a personal story for a moment, but I won't. No, that's personal to me. Maybe another day. Maybe another day. You know your worth, your value. You're heaven sent. Heaven sent. That's what you are. But you're noticing the actions and facial reactions, of people. So they're triggered by your light. And they just can't hide it. They want to try and bring you down in some way by, trying to label you. Interesting. I'm pretty sure I will end up telling the story at some point, because I know that there'll be others out there that will resonate with it. It's like the prejudice that you see in people when they may not necessarily intentionally do so, but that fear that they hold within them because of your difference to them. They just can't hide that fear. It will come out in a micro expression just before they say something. It's like after they've said it, I mean, you hear it and you see it quite clearly that it feels very controlling. It feels contrived and controlling. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to move on. I am going to move on. But there are a lot of things making a lot of sense to me today. So perhaps you will be also making a lot of sense of a lot of things that have been going on around you too. By your family, by your friends, associates, people that you work with. You may just be noticing these things now. And choosing to move how suits you best. Every journey starts with a single step. So it is time to take those steps. Take the appropriate steps needed in order for you to, receive the treatment that you deserve. Okay, what do we have? Interesting. Diving for light, card 11 and card 35. Conscious connections. So let's read us a guidance message today from the Sacred Rebels Oracle. Every journey starts with a single step. So dive for that light. You know it's calling you. Card 11. How brave you are. You are diving for light. It can be so much simpler to seek light in the heavenly, in that which is blissful, sweet, loving and kind. Well, you see, for some, perhaps, it can be so much simpler to seek light in the heavenly, in that which is blissful, sweet, loving and kind. That sounds magical. But what if? But what if? There is nothing around you that is blissful, sweet, loving and kind. Perhaps you haven't been receiving that. And yet, here you are, diving for light in that darkness that you may have found yourself surrounded by. To look for the light in that which is dark is an advanced task that only a rebellious and brave heart will attempt. You see, to face reality sometimes can be difficult, especially if you find yourself in a situation where the people that are deemed to be closest to you don't respect you or value you. Not in terms of your unlimited worth. They limit you. They label you. They judge you and diminish you. Those are not your soul tribe. You may not feel that you have taken such a journey by choice. Yet you have taken this wise challenge on from deep within your soul. Your innermost being has evoked this situation in your life with the intention that you grow in power, wisdom, and creative juice. It also wants you to experience a bold and fearless trust in life and become further empowered to live it with zest and courage. Because you recognize where this darkness stems from. You're able to see the light even within darkness. You recognize where the darkness entered. Interesting. But you see, within that floor, that crack, you know that's where the light gets in. So, you know there is a way. Not only for yourself, there's a way forward for everyone. But that's for them. And this journey is for you. The oracle of diving for light, excuse me, speaks of a time when you are called into darkness through life circumstances, situations, relationship challenges, or inner struggles that defy clear understanding. That darkness might be a creative block, a sense of being in a void, or feelings of depression, rage, sadness, fear, or anxiety. There may or may not be an obvious cause. The darkness might be generally accepted and socially acknowledged because there is a socially acceptable or obvious reason for it, such as a death, divorce, or retrenchment. However, there may be no obvious justification for your experience of darkness. You might not need a reason to be able to accept it. Likewise, you may struggle to find an unconditional acceptance of your experience. Just know that you are actually on track and right where you need to be. Our creative process and our spiritual path go through a similar turning of the wheel. There is spring and summer in the seasons of our soul as well as in the earthly ones. There is the autumn harvest and there is the death inherent in winter, when energy is concentrated and pulled within to seek out the darkness where it can rest, regenerate, and simply be until the time is right for new life, energy, and creative inspiration to burst forth. When diving for light, one must be willing to bear the darkness and understand it has a purpose, much like winter does upon the earth. It is not in error, or through lack of consciousness that you are here now. It is testament to your spiritual growth and creative process, not a sign that they are lacking or stalling. The healing process below will help you with your inward plunging and to successfully navigate it. Well, that's if we continue to be guided towards it. This oracle brings particular guidance that although you are powerful, you are also vulnerable at this time. You need to be alert to sabotage and criticism that may make your progress more difficult than it already is. That would be rather unnecessary. At least some of the people around you might be more attached to their fear and doubt than to their faith in your process and the ways of the creative, rebellious, spiritual path that asks us to trust unconditionally. They may be frightened due to a lack of understanding. You don't need to carry their fear for them. You have your own process to attend to, and they can choose to be inspired by your journey or frightened by it. They are free to respond as they wish, and whatever those responses are, they are part of their journey for them to work through. Absolutely. It's all echoing absolutely the energy I was and I have been picking up on. So I shall continue my work for the collective today and bringing you this guidance message. You also need to be vigilant against the darker forces within you. These are the voices that you may not expect, particularly if you are a pure-hearted being who typically resonates with love. These voices or feelings might surprise you with their dark intensity. They may be feelings of hate, terror, or of wanting only to sleep because anything further is all just too hard. They may contain vicious criticism of yourself or tell you that your inner creative work is pointless, unoriginal, not worth it, or stupid. These dark forces might try to tell you that you are on the wrong path, suggest that you will fail, or ask with great condescension, "Who the hell do you think you are?" You must stay in your heart, not believe these dark forces. Stay in compassion. Fear creates the energy of anger, hate, and destructiveness. These forces are a part of life. We don't have to be frightened of them, nor do we need to deny their existence or try to ignore them in order to find light in the darkness. We just need to hold compassion and be intelligently aware so that we can avoid being seduced into the trap of needing to prove ourselves or into the mistaken belief that we need to fight against darkness. It is too easy to get caught up in trying to heal the dark. Darkness just is. Recognize it when it is there and be in your compassionate heart. All you need to do is make a choice. You will stay. Will you stay in your heart, or will you be seduced by darkness and overcome by hate or sleepiness? Diving for light is a spiritual test and a threshold for all true creative work. We successfully navigate our way through this test and pass the threshold into new creative birth by staying connected to the light of compassion in our hearts. It is not an easy test, but it is one that you must be ready for, otherwise it wouldn't be coming to you now. Just remember, it is the light of the heart that sustains. It exists within us always, even in the darkest depths of unknown terrain. There is a darkness within or around you at this time that could become problematic if left unchecked. If for no particular reason you find yourself feeling angry, irritated, hopeless, or tired more easily than usual, unable to rest, or it is just too much effort to exercise or take care of yourself, then this darkness is having an unnecessary effect on you. It is time to end that now from a place of compassion. So, the healing process below will empower you for that task. Don't be afraid. You are learning this lesson and the unending power of compassion because you are ready for it. Feel honoured by the lesson and stay humbly centred in your powerful, rebellious heart that refuses to be conquered by fear and remains faithful to love. All will be well. Okay, so we have been guided to do this healing process. So let's do that healing process now before I move on to our next cards. So say this following statement aloud, whether it makes sense to you or not. Excuse me, do I have some water? Oh, I've got some Coca-Cola. Lovely. So, I call upon the presence of unconditional love. Be here now without restraint. Fill me and fill this space. Touch all beings with your grace. I feel the presence of unconditional love within me. I acknowledge the presence of unconditional love all around me. I am the presence of unconditional love, and in this love no fear can remain. May unconditional love guide any fear back to the light of love, or back into the earth as serves the greatest good. My body, mind, heart, and soul are now completely bathed in and protected by unconditional love. Through my own free will, this is so. So repeat this morning and night for at least 3 days and continue for as long as you wish and feels good for you. You may feel some reactions to this work. Fear, anger, or irritation may come up. You may feel an overwhelming need to go and do something that actually doesn't seem that important once you start doing it and could have waited 5 more minutes. You might feel nausea. You might also feel emotional with sadness or grief passing through you. These are all signs that your healing process is working on a deeper, on a darker energy, and that the energy is releasing itself from you. Repeat this simple process until you feel clear. Don't be afraid to continue with it as much as is needed, especially if you live or work in a toxic environment with a lot of negativity, arguments, anger or disturbances, and cannot extricate yourself from that environment for a period of time for various reasons. If you feel you need additional help, seek out a reputable shaman or spiritual healer. Start with internet searches or word of mouth referrals, then trust your instincts about who feels good for you to assist you. There is no need to fear or to feel burdened by this work. You are being drawn into this experience so that you are ready to experience more light. To be ready for that, we must be capable of handling equal darkness. Now is the preparation. Soon the celebration will follow. conscious connections. There is a call for more intimacy in your immediate relationships. There is an opening for heart-to-heart communication that can salvage and restore a broken relationship or friendship if you are willing to honour your differences and look to what unites you. Sometimes it is hard to bear the differences between one another. One person may be willing to live life in high definition, while another may prefer to live it more vicariously until they have the confidence to step onto the centre stage of their own life story. We are not here to judge each other, just to love, to be loved, and to let go of those that cannot accept us as we open up to those who can. This oracle brings guidance for you to trust in the sanctity of the connections in your life. If you have asked to experience a more sacred connection with people who truly get you and want to play life with you rather than at odds with or against you, then this oracle is confirmation that this manifestation is on its way to you now. It may or may not be obvious at first, but kindred spirits are going to enter your life to help you connect with your deeper feelings and creativity. They will give wings to your inspirational ideas and big dreams. If you have been asking for healing in your current friendships or other immediate friendships, relationships, know that this can happen through your willingness to express your true feelings and allow the situation to either fall apart or come together according to the greater workings of life. Sometimes webs that have joined people together are broken, and that is appropriate, as people may outgrow what once held them together. Sometimes the ties that bind us together are so strong that they are able to withstand a great deal of pressure and still remain intact. The webs of connection between us will sever or sustain based on the higher wisdom of life itself. Either way, healing happens in the resolution of our feelings, and we are once again able to feel free, forgive, and be ready to move on to the next stage of relating, either with a person who has been in connection with us for a time or with someone new. So, this oracle asks you to remain open to the healing connections and to allow people to be close to you. Trust in the process that draws people in and out of your life. Resist nothing and seek wisdom in all. Every journey starts with a single step. You are on a journey, yes. It is an internal journey, but there is also a physical expression of this journey that is going to become increasingly important to the fulfillment of your destiny in this lifetime. Your journey has started on the inside, but its destination will be the physical expression of an internal healing. This journey will draw upon what you have learned and mastered over the course of your life, so much so that you may feel as though your life experiences have prepared you just for this particular adventure. You have all that you need within you. This is not a time to worry about what you are going to take with you. From within your heart, you will sense what needs to come along for the ride and what is best left behind you now. You may be surprised at exactly how much can be left behind you without feeling concerned or anxious. You will be able to travel far lighter than you ever imagined possible. To be best equipped for this journey, you will need a lightness of heart and the realization that change can be an incredible blessing, even if what you are leaving behind is something you found secure, safe, familiar, or comforting. Just as the butterfly leaves the chrysalis behind when it is time to spread its newly formed wings, so too are you ready to leave behind what once was and embrace what is more appropriate for you at this time. There is an element to the journey you are embarking upon that is unknown. Perhaps it is news to you that you are even taking a journey. However, the realization that travelling along a familiar path brings no guarantees is more likely. This open, unscripted quality to your journey will help you gain the most from your experiences. You see, this journey is a spiritual gift. It is an invitation from the great, loving heart of the universe, calling you into something that you would not have otherwise found. You are not supposed to know all the details, nor how it is all going to work out before you set out. You are just meant to take one step after the other, again and again, so that you can receive the gifts that are headed your way. If you are considering taking a physical trip somewhere, this oracle comes as confirmation that the journey will in some way be a life-changing one, and this is good. If the journey you are considering is of a more internal variety, such as exploring a new field of consciousness, beginning a new creative work, or travelling into the void of unknown possibilities in order to start your work, then this oracle is confirmation that it is indeed a wise choice and much new life will come of it. This oracle brings you particular guidance that the apparently small steps you are taking in an area of your life important to you right now are actually far more powerful and constructive than you realise. Sometimes we are gaining ground, but the effect is not immediately obvious. This doesn't mean that nothing is happening. It simply means that the effects of your actions are cumulative, and soon they will begin to overflow into the physical world with a positive impact that may surprise you. This oracle brings you the message to keep going. If you have been doing a lot of inner work and are frustrated or concerned that you are not seeing the results translate into the physical world, keep faith, as the physical manifestation of your inner work is coming. Remember that you have all the resources you need and then some. Your inner and outer experiences, in fact, your inner and outer journeys are blessed with positive energy, and all you need to do is keep going. One step at a time. 3, 3, 3, 3 on the counter. So, free from judgment, free to love. Release the judgment. Allow the love. So, remember, every journey starts with a single step. On the top of the deck, we've got bring it in to form. So, you know what you've got to do now. You know what's best for you. I hope you've enjoyed today's message, everyone. So thanks again for being here. Thanks for everybody liking and subscribing. Welcome to all the new subscribers. And I will see you again soon. Much love to everyone. Take care.